Hello, back on the journey. We're just about now to round up this dress. So we're just going to continue. Just a reminder of the design of the dress. Looks like this, and we're onto the back. And we're now going to create this section of the back. And we're almost there. So here we go. We still got the draft. We're still working with our draft. Never throw your draft away until you complete your pattern. So fresh sheet of paper, draft on, and all we're going to do is to draft off this section of our pattern. So once again, we're going to trace off the neckline that we're going to be using down the center back where we've come in and straight down, and we're going to take it off the side where we've taken that off back into there, and then we just traced off the armhole and along the shoulders. We do it with the marker pen. It's more better that way so you can see along there, and we're going to go up the side to there. We're going to go across the bottom, then we straighten up, and then we're going to mark a balance mark for our back armhole and the center of the waist at the center back. And once we've got that, don't forget, I'm always stressing about going on about grain lines, very important, so we can lay the pattern piece straight on our fabric. Once we've traced that all off, we can take up our draft away, and then we just connect up the lines that we have traced off. So this is now your center back line along here into the waist. That's your waist, slightly shaped in. And we're going to go up the center back here, which is slightly shaped in as well, down to the waist. And we're going to take it across the back neck, put our balance mark in, and we're going to come up this into the waist there and back out to the armhole. And just straighten this line up here, and we're going to put our grain line in here, across the bottom, draw the line, put the seam allowance on the bottom, seam allowance there, seam allowance up the back, right along the back here, and up the back into the waist, all the way up to the back neck, and along the neck here, along the shoulders, put seam allowance, and around the armhole. And down the side again. So just straighten up, just filling these lines here, make them solid, and then we're just going to add the seam allowance down there. So we just come round and then go down all the way down to the bottom on the side of our skirt like that with our seam allowance, and we just come round, follow that round, and just make these lines solid here, because these are the lines that we're going to cut on to cut out our pattern shape. So once we've got that, this is right side up again, and we're going to cut one of those, and that is your back. So we're going to put some balance marking. We're going to put them at the waist and the side, and we're going to put one halfway down there, and we can put another one halfway there, and we put them in on the other side when we cut out the other bits. So basically what we've got is, that is the one we did before earlier on, the other side of the back, and that is your curve bit that it puts in there. So all of that's going to fit on. So if we put a notch there to match that one, and once we've got a notch there, we've got the waist notch, and we've got one at the waist. We know that that one sits down there. It comes into the waist, just past the waist. So the notches for the waist on there is on that one there. So we've got a notch to match that, and a notch here to match this one here. So these are notches that we put in. Okay, so these are the pattern pieces that we have for the back, and that is the back complete. All we need to make now is the facing for the neck at the back and the facing for the front. And it's basically how we do that. Once we've cut that out, we can use it from the block again, from the draft. We can get our facing from the draft, and basically what it is marking around this area. I'm just going to show you how that is done, so we know, do the back neck facing right straight away, and then we can do the front. So you place your draft again on a new sheet of paper like that, and what we do is we trace off the back neck here, and we're going to trace down a bit of the back just past there, and we're going to go across the shoulder a bit. And once we've got that, we put our draft away again, and we just connect up that back neck there, and we come down the back a bit, draw a line. We put a seam allowance on the shoulder there, and we're going to put a seam allowance around the neck like that, and then we need a seam allowance on the center back here, a centimeter, and we put that on, and we're going to take the facing about 2.5 inches out from the neck point at the shoulder, and we put a mark like that, and then we're going to measure down about 6 inches, 6 to 5 inches down from the back neck here, down that way, and we put a mark, and all we do with our curve, we just curve that around, and that is our back neck facing for the dress. You'll notice that it's longer here than it is at the shoulder. So, it's nicer if it's, longer. It's not the same all the way around. It's a bit longer at the back. For example, when you hang it on the hanger, you don't see it's inside the hanger, and it's a nice one. So this would be now your grain line. We can use this as your grain line here, and we're going to cut, this time we're going to cut 2 of these plus 1 fuse. We don't have to do right side up on the facing. So that is the back neck facing. And then to do the front neck facing, we do exactly the same thing. The only thing is we're going to place the pattern piece on the fold, or if you don't want to place it on the fold, you can do it and then you right on the edge, place on the fold. So the same thing again, we're going to mark up the center front, if we're not going to, like that, and we go across the shoulder, and then we can move the pattern, the block away from us, and the same amount that you measure out from here on the back at the shoulder, you do the same amount at there, and then with the front we can take it the same amount all the way around. So if that is 4 or 3, you take it, you keep it all the same distance all the way around on the front, but on the back you make it a bit longer. So that is your facings for your front neck facing on there that we're going to use, and then we're going to write on there, cut 1 plus fuse. and that is your front neck facing, and you write on here fold, so that you know that that edge, you have to place it on the fold of your fabric. So that is your facing, and that completes your pattern for your dress. I'm going to be laying this all up for you to see all the pieces that you need for this dress. The frill is the same thing as the front. The same way you do the front, you do the back frill, the back section here. So actually I will do that so that you can see it, because you might think it's different, but it's exactly the same thing. Like we've done the front, you do the same thing at the back. So I'll go through that and show you that in another clip. Right. Hope you follow that, and we'll be back just to show you the frill bit. Just to recap, to show you how it's done. But it's the same principle as we do the front. So bye bye. Stay tuned. Bye.